What's going on, guys? Today we are back at it again with my UFC 314 fight picks and predictions. If you guys are new here, we make UFC content along with UFC 5, UFC game content. If that interests you guys, be sure to hit that sub button. Let's get right into the picks. First up on the card, we have Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes coming off of 2 back-to-back wins, both knockouts / TKOs, whatever you want to call them, against Dustin Jacoby, which was a great knockout, and Anthony Smith, who kind of just, let him win. I guess you could say that, but Dominic Reyes, obviously I think he was going to win that fight, but Anthony kind of just gave up. But I think I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes by decision. Nikita Krylov, I think he has more of like a karate style. And Dominic Reyes, he's got his mojo back, coming off 2 back-to-back knockouts. I think he'll win this fight by decision. It's a 3-round fight. And Nikita Krylov, I'm pretty sure he's coming off of a long layoff. So I think that's going to play in Dominic Reyes' favor. And he simply just has his mojo back, and I think he'll, get the job done by decision. I don't have too much more to say about that fight, but I'm really excited to see how it plays out. Moving up the card, we have Yair El Pantera Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull coming out of Bellator. I'm going to go with Yair, guys. Patricio Pitbull is 37. Yes, he's, crafty and experienced, but Yair is 32, okay? So he's technically in his prime. He lost to Volkanovski and he lost to Holloway, but he had that UFC experience. We keep doubting these Bellator fighters, and I'm sorry, I'm going to keep doubting these Bellator fighters. If Patricio Pitbull can go in there and get the job done, I will definitely change my mind. Yair is not an opponent like Kevin Holland. I love Kevin Holland, but he'll admit it. He doesn't want to be champ. You know what I'm saying? Yair Rodriguez wants to be champ. He'd take a title shot every chance he can get. And he's a hard fight for someone coming out of Bellator, way harder than like a Kevin Holland matchup. So I'm gonna go with Yair Rodriguez. I think he's got the youth on his side, and I think he has the distance. I'm pretty sure Patricio Pitbull is a little bit shorter. I think Yair has really good kicks, decent jiu-jitsu, and he has there's just the distance advantage, the range advantage. I think Yair Rodriguez is going to use that with his kicks, put on a good 3-round, performance. Decision for Yair Rodriguez. Honestly, though, part of me thinks he's going to get a triangle choke like he did Josh Emmett, but I don't know. I'm going to go with decision, Yair Rodriguez. Moving up the card, a lot of people are anticipating this matchup. We have Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva. Guys, I know I'm gonna probably lose some maybe lose some subs, or I really don't care, lose some supporters, or I don't know, guys. Hopefully you guys aren't sissies, but personally I'm going for Bryce Mitchell. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm going for Bryce Mitchell, and it doesn't have anything to do with like the things he said about his comments. Nothing. I'm going for him. Okay, I'm going for Bryce Mitchell, but I think John Silva will get the job done by knockout. But John Silva gave up his back to Charles Jourdain after he missed weight. He gave up his back to Charles Jourdain, but I don't think John Silva was expecting that, or Gene Silva. I don't know how you say his name exactly, but I don't think he was expecting Charles Jourdain to really try to mix in the grappling the way he did when they did fight. Eventually he got the knockout, which is good, but if he's not expecting Bryce to take the back, then he probably will lose this fight. But he's smart, at least I think. So he's probably expecting Bryce to try to grapple. That's, obviously what he's going to try to do. So I think he'll be prepared. But if he's not, and Bryce can get success with the grappling early, Bryce will probably win this fight by submission. I think he might. But for my official prediction, I'm going with John Silva. And guys, I think he's going to get a knockout, man. He's coming off, he always gets a knockout, bro. When Gene Silva steps in there, man, he gets a finish, he entertains, and no one's been able to really stop him yet. So I'm going to go with John Silva by knockout. Rooting for Bryce, okay? If you don't like that, hit that unsub button. It has nothing to do with his comments. I just, want to see Bryce get the job done, okay? So, yeah. Moving up the card, we have Michael Chandler, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, versus Paddy Pimlet. Guys, Michael Chandler's going to win this. He's going to knock Paddy out, okay? The only way he loses this if he gets triangled and makes a stupid mistake, which Michael Chandler might do. But Paddy Pimlet, guys, I don't care how long ago he fought Jared Gordon. I don't care how long ago that fight was. If you're getting a robbery win over Jared Gordon, you won't be champ, and you probably, you're probably not that guy. I'm just being real. I don't care how early it is in your career. If you make it to the UFC and you're having close fights and you're getting robbery decisions against Jared Gordon, I don't think you can beat a guy like Michael Chandler, who's probably going to knock him out. I'm just being real. I think he might. I really don't know how much else to break down this fight. Like Michael Chandler, good double leg. I don't think he wants to really keep it go to the ground, though. I think he's going to try to keep it on the feet. And Paddy's only way to win this, I think, is a submission. I think Michael Chandler the power will make Paddy really hesitant to even try to strike with him. I think eventually he'll land some bigger shots and either get a knockout or a decision win. So that's my official pick, guys. I'm going to go with Michael Chandler over Paddy Pimlet. Now, next up, our main event of the evening. Guys, I have a really good breakdown for this fight. We have Alexander, the Great Volkanovski, versus Diego Lopez. Guys, before you call Alexander Volkanovski washed, okay, just remember this. He's coming off a head kick loss on short notice, okay? And he got caught by the perfect punch by Ilya. Yes, he was coming on a short layoff, but the thing is, Ilya just knocked out Holloway too, okay? So it's not like Ilya doesn't hit hard, okay? He got hit with the perfect punch by a really powerful puncher, a really skilled fighter, Ilya Taporia, okay? So don't say like his chin is gone. It might be, and we will find out, okay? That brings me to my next point. We will find out if Alexander Volkanovski is washed, chinny, whatever. We will find out in this fight. We will find out in probably 1.5 to 2 rounds if he is still that guy, because Diego Lopez will land. He will land a good shot on Volkanovski. Will it be a shot like Ilya Taporia landed? Probably not. I really doubt that. And Diego Lopez starts fast. But if Alexander can weather a little bit of the early storm, he might not even have a storm to go through. Alexander Volkanovski is so good, and he's took a long break, so I think he's recovered from the knockout. But if Diego Lopez can't have that success in the first 1.5 rounds, I don't care if he hurts him in the 3rd, if he hurts him in the 4th, if he hurts Volk in the 5th. I don't care. That fight is going to a decision if it goes over 1.5 rounds, and Volkanovski will win that fight. I'm so confident in this pick. If this fight goes over 1.5 to 2 rounds, Volkanovski is winning this fight, guys. Diego Lopez does not have a good gas tank, but compared to Volk's gas tank, if you take Diego Lopez's gas tank and you compare it to Alexander Volkanovski's, it is shit. His gas tank is shit compared to Volk. Volk is that guy with the cardio, okay? His chin might not be there, or at least like it once was, and we're going to find out in the first 1.5 to 2 rounds. But his cardio is there, I guarantee you. And against Diego Lopez, Diego Lopez was gassing out. And this is like his first 5-round fight? I think it is. And, he's gassing out in 3-round fights against Dan Ige. Yes, he had to make weight twice, whatever. But he is, does not have a good gas tank. And I think Alexander Volkanovski is way too experienced, way too skilled to get caught with something by Diego Lopez in the first 1.5 rounds to the point where it's like fight ending. You know what I mean? He may get caught with something here and there, but I don't think it will be fight ending. Volkanovski has something to prove too, so that's my pick. I'm going Alexander Volkanovski. I want to go with decision, but he could even get a late round 3, round 4, round 5 TKO. He really could, because Diego Lopez does not have that gas tank. But we will see, guys. We will see. But that is going to do it for my fight predictions. Once again, guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that sub button, especially if you like UFC 5, UFC, MMA games, and just gaming in general. Hit that sub button. And yeah, that's going to do it. Please let me know your fight predictions down below. Big shout out to all my channel members. Love you guys for real. And I will catch you guys in the next one.